right, welcome to another episode of Reliance Real Estate Radio. We do ask that if you found, I don't know, some value in anything that we're bringing, that you pay the price by forwarding it, liking it, sharing it, um, whatever it may be that you'd like to do to get it in someone else's hands, right? This is episode number 36, and it is What Are You Grateful For? That's the topic.
A lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah, we're bringing that out. I mean, it's right around the holiday season, right? You should be thinking about things you're grateful for, maybe not focusing on some of the stuff that's happening, in our society. If you tend to like garbage in, garbage out, you focus on the good stuff and you project good stuff. So, if you focus on having gratitude, right? Like, and what you're grateful for, I think it really helps your mindset. I know I do it every day along with my children. I think you know that, Jeff, and I have brought it up in a couple other podcasts
Oh
that
yeah.
we've done. But we have a notebook because I believe in actually writing it and not typing it in your phone, but whatever works for you, right? But we write down three things that we're grateful for every morning, and I try to make them get more specific as time goes on. But I think we're like three or four notebooks deep. And I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. You hit it on the head with, having it being the mindset, right? Because if we're complaining all the time, we're just going to have a negative mindset.
Mhm.
And people listening, you might kind of get the, I guess, gist of what our podcast has been about lately, about having a positive mindset and switching your mindset into thinking a different way that is going to have a positive impact on your life. And gratitude is definitely a great way to do that, so that you're bringing a lot of positivity into your life. And also, when you're grateful for things, I think it also coincides to giving back to other people as well. That really helps make your life a lot easier, and more positive. And I think it's healthier for you. Stress is one of the biggest things that cause a lot of health problems. And by staying positive, giving back, and having gratitude, that's going to help relieve a lot of that stress.
I agree, Jeff. I know it's really about how you look at things. And I know there's been studies done. They say like our primitive mind for some reason likes to focus on the negative outcome. Cause like, what would happen if I go out there right now? Am I going to die? Is an animal going to eat me? Like those kind of things that happened, you know, thousands of years ago aren't the
Mhm.
same things that we're dealing with now. Right. And I think just having a positive mindset and looking at it in a different light, it may not be the way you're looking at it at that moment. So just looking at it from every angle that you possibly can. I mean, I think it was even this morning I was dropping one of my kids off for school, my oldest, and he's like, "Why, you're dropping me off a little bit early, and I have to stand outside for a few minutes." And I said, "Well, you could walk to school, or you could get dropped off." I was like, you got to look at both things. And he's like, well, okay. And then I said, well, walking wouldn't be a bad thing because you'd be getting exercise. So it's like you're always trying to find the good in every little thing that you're doing, right? So, like,
Mhm.
even if it's the worst thing that happened to you, what lesson are you learning from it? So, can you look at the positive part of that? Like, I got in a car accident. Well, was I looking around? Was I drinking my coffee? Was it completely the other guy's fault? You have some fault in everything, right? You were there at that moment. So like everything happens for a reason. What can you learn more of? Like maybe be more aware of your surroundings. You could have caught that guy coming out of nowhere and maybe, stopped sooner. It obviously it was his fault for running the light or whatever it was, but like, how can you find the good in everything? And just so sitting and reflecting, I think, is key. And that's what I do every morning. I reflect on things that I'm grateful for, what happened the day before,
Mhm.
and then I write down what I feel at that moment or what pops into my head that I feel grateful for. And then I
I
focus
believe,
on those things,
yeah,
throughout the day.
I believe that's a form of meditation, isn't it?
Mhm.
Like, it just by yourself and thinking what everything that you're grateful for.
Hmm.
Man, can you imagine if you did that for even just 10 minutes a day?
What you focus on expands.
Yeah.
So if you're taking a few minutes to think about that stuff in the morning, I even think I brought it up on the last podcast. Everybody, they're plugged into their devices. You got your phone, right? And they have their earphones in, or they're watching something like right now, which I mean is fine. You're supposed to, right? Or you're reading a book. You're always feeding your brain something, right? Or watching TV, like, but you need to
Mhm.
take those quiet times and reflect, right? Or
Yeah.
meditate, or be grateful for things and think about those, and let your brain just kind of wander in the dark.
Yeah.
I think it
Absolutely.
helps. I think it really helps.
What is the biggest thing that you're grateful for this year, Joe?
Well, my word was growth, gratitude and growth. So it was really just trying to bring that grateful mindset. So, bringing that to my children, our growth as a family, and our team. So those two things I'm most grateful for.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But those were my one word was two, is just being grateful for everything I have, and then creating growth in in that. And we grew our team, we grew our family, not like more kids, but we grew better together as a
You,
family.
you don't need more kids.
No.
You
Mm-mm.
gotta get you're gonna get rid of some of your kids.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
exactly. They're getting older. One
Yeah.
day.
Next thing you know, you're gonna have an empty house and you're gonna be like, what the heck's happening? It's too
Right.
quiet.
Yeah, I'll enjoy the quiet, and because then I know grandchildren will probably come after that, right? And then it'll just be chaos again. But at
It
least I
could
get to
be.
hand them back.
Right. Right. They only come over for a little while.
Right. And we have plenty of friends that have kids, so it's like, we'll just bring them over when we want more kids. That's what I
Yeah.
tell my wife. Yeah, I mean, just I think getting back to the topic is, what can you do? And there's apps out there that have you write it down, habit trackers, anything. I mean, your habits create your future, right? Not anything else you do, not your goals. And I think attaching gratitude to anything helps. Like if you have a goal or a mindset change, or just being grateful, like I'm grateful that I can wake up in the morning in a bed in a house, right? And go downstairs and work out in a gym in my basement, because I have the ability to fund that and have that. Like there's people out there that don't even have houses that we could help. So like, are you giving back? Do you feel that you're giving back and donating money, or helping out for a good cause? Like those things help fulfill you and fill your bucket, right? And I
Mhm.
think that helps others in the long term. So if you're not taking care of yourself and you're not grateful for things, how are you going to exude that to other people around you? And I think you feel that way when you're around me, like, dude, that guy's pretty grateful. Like, I don't know, I hope
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. I think everybody should be grateful for what they have now. I mean, there's always somebody in a different part of their life that wishes that they had what you had, even
Mhm.
if you feel that you aren't where you want to be.
Right.
So I think being grateful in the moment is very important, even though you might be struggling or you're trying to make ends meet. At least you have a job. At least you have a family that's supportive. There's
Mhm.
other people that wish they had that. So just make sure to find, the gratitude in everything that you're doing. It'll help your positive mindset, and I think that's the most important part. Because when
Growth.
you're not in a positive mindset, you're not going to get things done that you want done.
Right, that's absolutely correct. And I would agree with that. You have to have that growth mindset, which by adding gratitude to anything, I mean, we each have our story, right? That we're living, right? Like I can tell you stories of when I had hardships or when I was down on my luck, right? But if you continually fill your mind with gratitude, grateful fors, you focus on the positive instead of the negative, you're going to propel yourself forward. It's the inner dialogue that you're teaching yourself and rewiring your brain to think about, that makes a difference. It's
Yep.
really, that's where the key component is. It's rewire your brain, think positive, and that's a growth mindset. Otherwise you're going to be stuck, right? You're gonna be stuck telling that same old story about how that one guy or that one thing got you down, or you got passed up for the promotion and you don't think you can do anything, or whatever it may be, whatever story you're telling yourself, whatever wall you're putting up, whatever box that you're building around yourself, you need to get out of it. And the easiest way to start is by having gratitude, by thinking positively, right? And we do so many different podcasts on different facets of how you can do that. Take the one that you like best and implement it and start doing it, or do all of them and then choose the ones that best suit you or you feel that are actually helping you and get rid of the rest of them.
Yep, I agree.
Cool. You got anything else on the subject?
No, I think that was a very good conversation about gratitude and a growth mindset that comes from it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Not
Yep.
hard. Pick 3 things you're
Nope.
grateful for, right? I am grateful for on a piece of paper, and then write what you're grateful for. And the more you do it, the easier it'll get, and the better you become, and the more, intent and purposeful you'll become. So you'll be able to write down like why, like I am grateful for clothes. Well, why? So then like a month from now, you'll be writing like I'm grateful that I actually can go out and buy new clothes. Like, okay, I'm grateful that I have clothes to wear. Okay, those are a little bit more, precise on why you're grateful for that. So then you'll get better and better and better, and it'll get easier and easier and easier because you have that positive outlook, and hopefully it'll change your life. I don't know. Try it.
Try it. It's worth a shot. What's
All right.
5 minutes, 10 minutes out of your day to do it?
Yep. I hope you gain some value. If you want a topic for us to talk about, make sure you contact us however you'd like to. There is a link tree where you can get to just about everything that we do, and almost every one of our podcast videos. We do post it just about everywhere, so you can comment on any one of those social media platforms. There is a little share button there, so you could share it with anybody that you feel may need it, or just share it on your wall, your page, your story, whatever you'd like to. And then make sure you hit the like button on any one of the platforms that you're watching or listening on. And if you could, and if you have the time, leave a review, because it does help us, I guess, show up a little bit more places when people are searching for positivity, podcasts, real estate, anything like that related.
Absolutely.
Pay the price. It's free. We're doing all this for free because we like you. All right.
Yep. All right.
You guys next time.
Signing off.